Hey, what's up? It's Chris here from Chris's Sci-Fi Reactions. Today we're back with another classic Who adventure. This is Doctor Who Season 1, Episode 33, called The Sensorites, and the episode is called Hidden Danger. Okay, so this story, at least the first two parts, has been rather average. I must admit I have enjoyed Susan in this, which makes a bit of a pleasant change, She's not a bad character, it's just her screaming can get a little bit annoying. But yeah, I know it's been a while since I did a last Classic Who. I think it was December the 12th. I'm recording this on January the 15th now. If you're watching this on Patreon, this will probably be December the 17th. If you're watching it on YouTube, January the 17th, sorry. If you're watching this on YouTube, it will probably be January the 18th. I don't think there's much more to say. I am going to try and get back into the regular scheduling of it. That's no guarantee, especially on YouTube, where we have a lot of copyright issues that can occur. Usually everything I seem to put up now, I have to appeal, takes 2 days before it clears, so unless I actually get it up 2 days before it comes out, it will be late. So hopefully we can get some sort of normalcy to the schedule though, and hopefully YouTube will behave. I think that's all. Without further ado, let's just get straight on into this.
Otherwise we'll all be killed.
I like the way Susan's really taking charge.
Understand? Trust is a two-sided affair.
Putting us all in danger.
If you go with them, they will have all the advantage.
But they only want to talk to me.
I'm sorry, Susan, but I don't believe you have the ability to represent us, that's all.
Stop treating me like a child.
You will do as you're told, Susan. Come here.
Sorry, Grandfather, I can't do it.
This
Damn.
instant.
I like this rebellious side of Susan.
You have stung them with the hand raised. Now, Chesterton!
You were absolutely right, Doctor. There, help us in the darkness.
Susan, go and join Carol. Wait there. I want to talk to you.
Give us back the light. The light, the light. I'm afraid. Please, help us.
Put on the light, Chesterton. You could have been left here in the darkness. We have power over you, but we don't intend to use it, only in our defense.
What do you want?
Nothing that isn't ours.
So I'm to be treated like a silly little child.
If you behave like one, yes.
Oh, look, Grandfather. I understand the Sensorites. They're timid little people. Because their minds and mine can communicate sometimes, they trust me.
Yes, and I assure you we shall make good use of that fact, but not without discussions. You will not make decisions on your own accord. Now, do you understand? Is that quite clear? Well, is it?
Look, I'm not saying I'm as clever as you or anything. Of course I'm not. But I won't be pushed aside. I'm not a child anymore, Grandfather. I'm not.
Oh, Susan, Susan.
Why do you make her unhappy? We can read the misery in her mind.
Yes, and it's a good thing you can't read the anger in mine. In all
Damn.
the years my granddaughter and I have been traveling, we have never had an argument. And now you have...
All the voices begging me and imploring me to forget.
He obviously found that mineral
Doctor's woken up.
on the surface.
Much better, John.
Maniculum, was it, or
We'll
something?
soon have you as good as new.
I don't like the voices. I want to have silence in my head.
You're going to be all right, John. Try not to...
I should have watched my reaction of the last episode to
Silence.
sort of get an idea of what it was about.
It's no use, is it?
I partly
You
remember.
might as well be dead.
That's foolish, Carol.
Oh, is it? Look at him, listen to him. Can you imagine what it's like being in love with someone? To look at them, to see them and know they've been destroyed.
You're going down to the Senssphere with John and some of the others. They're going to cure him.
Oh, it's no use. It's too late.
She's pretty close-minded.
And you can do something for John? Really?
Yes, in time.
Now, that's the whole point, isn't it? How long? I mean, you're asking Barbara and Maitland to stay on the spaceship while we go down to the Senssphere.
We cannot trust you without some safeguard.
But you're asking us to trust you.
We shall prove trust by curing the man called John.
Well, I don't like this splitting up.
Well, I don't mind, Ian.
Well, I do. It always leads to trouble.
We cannot agree to any other arrangement.
Then we accept.
Oh, very well then. But how do we get down to this Senssphere? There's no air outside the ship.
The craft will be made available to you.
Before we make this journey, one or two questions.
There's time. The craft has not arrived yet.
These discs you wear around your neck, you press them to your forehead and you speak or hear through your mind.
Yes.
Otherwise, you communicate with...
Okay.
Be as simple as scarlet fever. And yet you're allowing us to visit your planet?
So,
Our people are dying. And the first
it
elder
could
says he
be a
thinks he
human
does not
virus that
Ah,
was
I thought so.
transmitted to their
Yes,
planet.
yes, some kind of bargain.
Now I can understand why they didn't
Well, I suppose it's
want
worth it, Doctor, if we get the
them
lot
to
of the TARDIS
leave.
there.
Yes, providing we can produce our side of the bargain, that's the whole point of the issue. Well, my dear, reluctant as I am to leave you, I'm afraid we have no alternative.
Oh, I shall be all right. I'm more worried about you.
Oh, I should manage. Come along, my boy. Susan.
Sorry about this, Barbara.
I keep telling you I shall be all right. Susan. Yes? Look, I know how you feel. But your grandfather loves you.
Not allowed to rule. I have decided to invite these humans here
I'm not
because I
sure
hope to use them to end the
what
death of
year
our
this
own people.
was.
How? I will explain.
I mean, in the
Sometimes
future.
one must use fire to fight fire.
The first elder makes a wise decision. In one degree, I confess I am anxious. These creatures, these earth people, are loud and ugly things. Why could we not have met them in the desert or in the mountains?
It is the failure of all beings that they judge through their own eyes. To them, we may appear to be ugly. What we must create between us is trust. That is why I have invited them to my palace.
But are we sure these earth creatures...
And a very dogmatic one.
You need not fear me. You may speak your mind. I am cautious. You are his second opinion, yet he makes his decisions without you. He makes a wise decision. But based entirely upon trust. Do you trust these earth creatures? No more do I. The decision of the first elder cannot be set aside. I would not suggest such a thing. His mind is pure. We are realists. That is why I have beamed the disintegrator to this room. Without permission?
Mentioned explaining to the people. You must not speak to them. You are forbidden to talk to the lower caste.
Lower caste? Do you have such distinctions?
Yes. How else can we tell what each man is best fitted to do? The elders think and rule. The warriors fight. The Sensorites work and play.
You make it sound so very simple.
And all are happy.
But some are happier than others, eh?
I do not understand. There is no disgrace in being in any of the castes. It is simply what one is best fitted for.
So the Sensorites have a class system. Not the best system in the world.
Near us now. It's all right, John. I'm here.
The evil mind.
He knows something. Oh, it's just...
Horizontal lines 4, 7, and 9. 9. The vertical position.
Because I don't think his reasons are just cold-blooded murder.
XC3 and the last? XC4. XC4. What part of the body do you want the beam to strike? In each case, to the heart. Are the hearts of the human creatures on the right or left? Accuracy. Then when they are seated, kill them.
Yeah, I must admit, this story isn't as good as the past ones have been.
Yes, the man John can be exactly as he used to be, but it will take time. Conduct him to one of the restrooms. Say that my orders are that he must be treated.
must go with him because he
Ooh.
needs me.
Very well. You will be given a room near him.
Thank you. Come on, John.
Good. He is a good man.
Not exactly the most comfortable seats.
Disconnect the disintegrator.
Why?
Because they are reasonable, they are civilized.
They are earth creatures and dangerous to us.
I tell you, they are talking with the first elder, and in a most friendly fashion. He need not fear them.
Not whilst we have the disintegrator. It is beamed to their positions. They can be destroyed in a second.
But they will not be. Dismantle the machine.
I say that the trust we give to each other, we cannot show to them.
And shout it out, the secret, to us. Lieutenant, that is correct. He thought of a fleet of spaceships to come here and mine the metal and transport it back to his own planet. We saw the pictures he formed in his mind, and we saw that it was the end of our way of life.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We had no alternative but to
When
imprison
humans
him
want
and
to
his
mine
friends
a
in orbit around the
location, they
center.
don't care
Yes,
about
there's
what's
no reason
there.
for driving him out of his mind.
Happened only, I assure you, because of his excitement. His mind had no reserve.
What's the difference?
In the yellow mountains which surround this city,
It's
I
interesting,
discovered
the
a
shape of their
flora
head
very unusual in this
is,
planet.
I guess, a
I
bit
believe the
similar
water holds
to
precious quantities. So I have
the
flooded it
ood.
stored for the use of the
And
elder.
considering they come from
Is very
the
well refined.
ood sphere,
They are
this
very
is the
proud of our
Sensphere, it's
aqueduct.
both in the same
It
solar
lies
system.
beneath the city.
I hope you won't be offended if I drink some. Very thirsty.
I wonder if these
As
were
long as you
the
taste of the crystal
inspiration
water,
for
it is
the
very fine.
ood.
None of the elders drink anything else.
Vintage water. Second elders are deceived. I question their leadership. If they do not change their attitude, they may have to give way to one of stronger thought and action.
Command me.
I can't stand people
glad of your
like
loyalty.
him.
The time for action will not be far away.
So you are the senior elder.
Signified by...
Sir, might be a clue. But what I hoped, sir, was this, that if my friends and I succeed, where your scientists fail, will you return the lock of my ship?
It would be a just return.
Your granddaughter speaks well.
Yes, she's a fine young woman. My dear Chesterton, are you all right? Hmm?
Burning. What if you could give me a glass of water, Doctor?
Is this a symptom of your disease?
Ian!
Damn.
Grandfather, he's unconscious.
There is no hope. Your friend is dying.
Okay, so that was Doctor Who Season 1, Episode 33, The Sensorites, Hidden Danger. A good episode. I like Susan in this. We got quite a strong character build with Susan, especially at the beginning. We have, obviously, the administrator, who's a bit of a politician. Well, I guess he is. He's like the third in charge. If I get the impression that he's third, you have the first elder, then you have the second elder, and then the city administrator is like third in charge. Yeah, his agenda is clearly he's lost faith in his, leaders and is taking his own action, similar to things that we've seen in recent times. Then we also have this virus that Ian's clearly caught, and that sort of reminds me a bit of COVID. So we've got a couple of things here that parallel what's going on in the world. It will be interesting to see the final 3 episodes of this story. But let's just break it down. We start off here at the end with Susan going off with the Sensorites. Then we have Ian and Barbara, talking to them and the Sensorites really, Susan standing by her thinking, she's right, she knows what she's doing, she's growing up enough, typical, teenager sort of behavior, thinking they're old enough to know what exactly they're doing. The doctor's, really in a much better place to judge, but he gets really angry at Susan's rebellion. Then we have them switch off the lights, in which the Sensorites get absolutely afraid of the dark. They then speak to the First Elder, or at least down on people on the Sensphere. Doctor really, angry about Susan's resistance. Ian saying that, the Sensorites must have hypnotized her, but Barbara saying, no, she's just growing up, which is, a common thing that happens. Rebellion amongst teenagers. Here we get a conversation between the Doctor and Susan. Sort of, she's really sick of being looked down as a child and wants to be, seen as an equal rather than a child, really wants to be seen as an adult. And I guess she's trying to prove to everyone that she can be as adult as everyone else. The Doctor's, saying, oh, it's a lucky thing you can't sense the anger in my mind, because he was pretty ticked off. Here we have a scene between Carol and John. Carol was like, oh no, there's no hope for him, there's not a cure, even though Maitland says, they're gonna cure him. She's completely close-minded in a way. That scene partly reminds me of the scene in the Christmas Invasion where Rose is speaking to her mum Jackie, and she's all upset about the Doctor's left her and that sort of thing, and sort of not accepting what's happened of the new Doctor. It sort of reminds me of that sort of scenario where she's like, no, he's, John's gone forever. There's nothing that can be done about it. I'm all on my own. But yeah, that's an interesting parallel. I think that Rose-Jackie moment in the Christmas Invasion and this moment was very similar. Then we have Ian and Barbara, sort of having a discussion about, two of them being left up here as hostages, I guess, or insurance, and I can understand that. They then head down to the planet, the First Elder, meet them. Barbara sort of giving a bit of a pep talk, to Susan. Here we have the Second Elder, the First Elder, and the Administrator. He's the one that's causing trouble. The First Elder's very wise, he's in that position, and he's rightfully in that position. The Sensorites clearly have a class-based system. He then sort of says to the First Elder, yeah, I totally accept, but then he speaks to the Second Elder here, and he has the disintegrator key, which seems to control a laser. Here we find themselves on the planet, talking about their class system that they have. Here we have John knows about the administrator, sorry. The administrator's going to kill them. regardless of what they're like. Then we have them preparing the disintegrator. And then the First Elder meets the Dr. Ian and Susan. John, is very much like, he's a good man, not like, but he doesn't actually end up saying the ambassador. Oops. The Second Elder then takes the disintegrator key away. We have the Doctor talking about sort of, what has happened to them on the ship and that John's mind was attacked and all of that. I can understand the Sensorites being a little wary considering they've been going through this sickness. And then we have Ian drinking the water. I'm assuming it's the water that's making him sick, because the Doctor and Susan I don't think had the normal water, but Ian did. So I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Okay, and that's the breakdown. Okay, so that was the Sensorites, Hidden Danger. An okay episode, I think, bar the Susan stuff. This story hasn't been anything spectacular so far. But yeah, I don't think there's much more to be said. Hopefully you should get the next episode on Wednesday. I don't think there's anything else apart from that. I think we're pretty much at the end of this episode and reaction. If you enjoyed this reaction, don't forget to give it a like, comment, and subscribe. The full reactions are available on Patreon, listed in the description below. And I will see you next time. Bye.